Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Isles of Sea and Sky, where, as you can see from the top of the screen here, I did find the last music note on this. It was on one of the icy screens, so very difficult to see, but thankfully the snake eyes helped me figure out where it was. So we're back here. I did figure out at least one more puzzle on the Fire Island before I left, so we can go back there and make some progress. But let's figure this out first. And then I think we can be just like done with this island, at least for the moment. There is unfortunately still that whatever in the top left that I don't know what to do with. We'll figure it out. Anyway, this thing here. So, I guess first things first, let's get the arrow key out of the way, right? Why do I need that? What actually does that do? Hold on. Because they gave me room to get... Oh, right, I can't get this guy out of here because there's a corner. That's why. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I can push this dude already. Why didn't I just bring him out? But right, because I need the... Yeah, okay. No freeing that air elemental until we free this other thing. The good news is that there's not a lot of ways to start this puzzle in the corner. It's kind of like the only thing you can do, right? And then we have to go right, because otherwise I'm just getting flung backwards or I'm getting flung into a wall. And if we just go... Oh, hold on. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky because I need the elemental to be one step closer. Yeah, okay. The only thing we could do in a lot of cases there. All right, now that that's dealt with and this is out of the way, we can get this guy over here. So how hard is this going to be? Oh, the answer is not hard at all. He just... All you have to do is... Okay. All you have to do is move the air elemental adjacent to the pipe you want. That is so much easier than I think any of the other songs have been. We just have to make sure to move it back to a place where we can manipulate it at the end of each cycle. So, I think we want to start over at this end of the pipe. Right? Because that's like... I think that's yellow... Yellow, orange, red, yellow, orange? Indeed. Yeah, I guess... Stop out here again. Yellow. I guess you do it... This is a little tricky. You do have to be a little careful. Yellow, orange, red. And then come up here. Yeah, still that is by far the easiest of the music puzzles. All right, let's get back out of here then. 3 more stars that we absolutely do not need, except, you know, we know that there's a counter counting them upward. All right, so one more time before we leave, let's go back to this top left area. It's easy enough to reach from here. Not from here, I mean, you know what I mean. I want to go, here. There we go. I guess I could have walked over there. The bird is not necessary, as we now know. Yeah, let's just see what we can make of this last bit here. So as far as we know, there's nothing else to do on the island, right? Assuming that this room is legitimately unreachable, which it seems to be. Okay, none of the other rooms show any gainable items. I mean, the secret here has to be on the other screen, right? We are definitely still getting a red snake. But yeah, I have no idea what to do with this. And we have definitely already pressed we pressed every direction in every space around here. And the thing is, like, this game doesn't have any buttons or anything. What else could there possibly be? Maybe... Okay, I do have a thought. Maybe this is the entry space for some kind of larger puzzle solution. Like, maybe what I'm thinking is maybe getting all the stars gives you some kind of like large puzzle thing, and then at that time you can come here and use this screen to enter it in some way. Like, it just has to be... The only thing that it really can be, I think, is something that we have fully yet to encounter. Either that, or I did just like totally miss a place where pressing into an important corner opens up a path. So I need... Can I get to this island from here? Okay, I want to take the bird on this screen. I want to go back to the top right rather than going to the rather than going back to the front, because I want to take the bird fast travel if I can. Okay, so I jump on you, and you're going to guide us. I will not miss having to navigate this island. Okay, that's the right cluster. Yeah. Okay, so bottom right bird. Alright, and then from here we want the top right, which is actually a little bit of a pain to get to, if I'm not mistaken. I need a faster travel. This travel is not fast enough. It's okay on most of the islands. Okay. So, like I said, I did figure out one thing on the Fire Island. Now let's remember where that one thing is from here. I already don't. Okay, I think it's just to the left over here. Okay, this screen. This screen itself doesn't look like it has a puzzle on it, but the answer to this stuff is to come in from above this elemental somehow, and the only way to do that is by entering from this screen, specifically that little tiny bit of terrain way off in the lava over there. So the only way to build a bridge with the boxes from here to there is to build a bridge down, I think, from the leftmost column of that big central island, and that requires a lot of boxes. You have to be pretty careful about how you do this. So I think I went... Because, like, it's really easy to get a box into a position where you can no longer access it, but you do, in fact, need every single one of these boxes to build the thing. You have to be really careful around this patch of heated ground, because these boxes can only take 3 pips. So if you make them go across a thing floating in the lava, and then across that heated ground they just explode, right? So everything has to get moved into place this way, which costs you quite a few boxes. And now I didn't actually figure out the part on the next screen, but I imagine it's not going to be too complicated. Okay, and that gets us access. So now that we've done that, I probably want to push this down now, right? Because I don't want to have to come back up here. And then I think it's just as simple as push you left, push you right. Yeah, okay. And now that that's gone, I suppose it's a lot easier to get back up onto that piece of land, but I don't know that that would ever be a valuable thing to do, right? Because it's sort of a one-way passage. Yeah, weird. Okay, well, that is one more thing off of our list. Key acquired. So, let's just tackle this fresh. All right, this line has a ton of stuff to worry about. Managed to step into the only tile of lava in the whole area. I hate to get distracted, but hold on. What's the deal with this? So once again, we have here a thing where I would need to be able to cross some rocks. There must be some fake platforms involved here, right? Some platforms that don't appear to be where they are, because, like, obviously we don't have anywhere near enough boxes to cover this gap. It is worth noting that the snake eyes are red on this screen. Aha. I sort of hate that. Alright, did that... Yes, that did solve the snake eyes being red on that screen. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't like that it's not hinted at all. There could have been an eye on the wall here or in the lava. Like, I think there's an argument to be made that if something has to be true in order for a puzzle to be solvable, that itself is a hint. But you know, with this game, I guess the problem that I have with it in this game in particular, and I suppose this doesn't apply here, is that we get into a lot of puzzles where it looks like one thing would have to be true for the puzzle to be solvable. And then we pick up an item or we get a new power or something, and it turns out we were totally wrong about that. At this point, at least in theory, we have all the items and powers, so perhaps it is not, in fact, the case that it is now true that any place we see a thing where, like, well, this has to be true for the puzzle to be solvable, is a place where that thing does, in fact, actually have to be true. Maybe. Oh, right, I can't actually do anything from up here. I need to come at this like this. No, wait. How do I put those out safely? Because that is what I would need to do for that key. Can you just push a box into that stuff? I'm a little worried about this box surviving the pushing. Right, because yeah, these only have 4 pips, and then when their pips fill up, they just incinerate immediately. I guess I can put that there. Yeah, alright. And then that gives me a space to walk to banish the flames. Okay. That one was doable. That one was fine. Kind of. Once again, that was just a matter of getting the armor and then remembering to come back. Okay. Now this thing. Now this thing. I can push... So it would seem to us that we have to get a box to explode here, right? Or we need to shoot a fireball up from somewhere in this column. That feels less likely to be right to me. If we could somehow figure out a way to get a box like off of the wall. We already have an elemental in place for that thing to be able to occur, so it just seems much more possible. But how would I ever get this into a pushable situation? Here's a question. Have we ever... Okay. I don't think we've ever done that before. Nothing happens, and I wasn't expecting anything to happen, but... You know, you can hope. Alright, entering this from up here is not going to do anything, obviously. And I'm fairly sure I tried this already. Oh, hold on. If I push it all the way in the corner. The explosion only reaches a single tile over, right? Yeah. We have this other chain of explodable blocks. And certainly there are things we can do with these to move the elementals around. Maybe it does have to just be getting an elemental over here into this column. I think I just realized. So part of the problem here, we know now that shooting a fireball into another fire elemental doesn't cause that fire elemental to shoot one of its, but instead just to redirect the incoming fireball. Which is a thing I think we didn't know when we were here trying to solve that puzzle last time. That was very recent knowledge. The only problem with such a redirect here is that I can't push this fire elemental from the right, but that's fixable with a good explosion here. So I think the solution to the puzzle is probably going to end up looking something like... Let's get you into the right position, facing the right direction for the redirect. You down here. Right, so when we cause this chain of explosions, the second box exploding pushes the third one down. The third one explodes and pushes this guy left, which causes him to shoot a fireball that redirects. Right? And I think it... Oh, it's interesting that the game killing me and then reversing time to unkill me didn't undo this box having been shot. That was a weird little glitch in time there. Where we came back to life before... We came back to life after a thing that killed us occurred instead of before. Anyway, anyway, that works. That totally works. And this is, in fact, a red herring because they're like that. They're just like that around here. Okay, so we were missing a critical piece of information for that solution previously. I need to go up the leftmost, which is to say I need to come all the way over here. Why is this built like this? What would have been so wrong with just letting me travel upward on that other screen? Okay, next screen where there is stuff. This one. Is this again going to end up being a matter of fireball redirection? Possibly. The thing that's really nice about redirection is that it means that we can move some fire elementals a very large number of times, as long as we can just get them kind of close to the row or column that another fire elemental is in later. But how do we make use of that? Like it's very easy to get this one out into the proper open where we can just move it around however we like. So then the question is, how would we get it to face right while being in the top row? Because, I mean, also we'd have to figure out a way to get it shot while being in the top row. Because, like, if I put it up here somewhere, what I want hold on, I thought I had it for a second there, and now I'm trying to figure out why I thought this was going to work. So I'm trying to get it into a position where I can push this other one to shoot up into it and have it redirect the fireball to the right. And it's not clear to me how I thought I was going to do that. Because obviously if I just push it straight up into this space, that's not going to work. I can push it left from there quite easily. But that's just not helpful. Let me play around with some stuff here for a second. So, okay, if I push this over to here, we do get a layout that theoretically would allow us to... Right, it is now theoretically possible to push one of these things into the top row, facing right, in a space where we can get it above another one. It's just, I run out of fireballs long before I can actually execute that maneuver. And the only way to get this elemental to shoot a fireball in that row the pattern I just did, yeah. So we have an elemental over on this right side that can be pushed to shoot right or left, but cannot be moved under any circumstances. And it can't shoot in the row that would be necessary for triggering... Oh, but hold on, I'm being a goofball here. Now that this is right, yeah, I do use that elemental's fireball. We just set these two up as a relay network. And that's exactly the solution to getting this key that we extremely do not need, to be clear. It does not help with the star. But now we can examine the star in earnest. So is the idea something similar then? Because I could set up a relay network going the other way. Where, like, this one is here, or even further over to the right, if that makes more sense. We just have to figure out what exactly... It's like I push you up into the open. We have to figure out what exactly is it that has to get exploded here. If I push you left, will you turn to face left? You do turn to face left, okay. So that means I need this thing to end up. And that's why there's this single-use movement space here. That's for positioning. So this will push that one box into the lava. And then... Wait, is this an extension of the other puzzle? Because I think I need some of the boxes from the other puzzle. Like right now, obviously, this box can't blow up the obstruction because it needs to fill in that space in the lava. But if we reconstruct the situation we had with the other puzzle first... Oh, wait, hold on. I don't want to do that until I've done this. Okay. Now that that's occurred, I can push this wood block to here and then push this thing in there and then do all the other stuff I just did. Yeah, I think for a lot of these puzzles, the understanding of how fire elementals feed each other was like the one super critical piece of information. Now that we have that, our lives are just going to be so much easier. So put you here, then we fire one more shot through the relay. And there it is. All right, it feels like we are actually moving through this at a pretty decent clip now. Is this the same kind of problem up here? Maybe, but probably not, right? Well, actually, so if I come up here, we'll let that happen. When I push this guy down, oops, he ends up in that location. And then if I just give myself a way onto this platform, I can do that to redirect fireballs. But this is the last shot, and it's not actually going to kill the box. Yeah, and then we have this problem where this thing is not destructible anymore. And if I do that, then it takes 2 shots to clear both of them. Oh, we ran out of fireballs anyway. So how do I... Is it possible for me to get another box over here? What if I push this crate in so that I can use it as a bridge here? Can I get enough of these boxes over here with me? This is going to be like pretty messy. And obviously I can like restart the puzzle if I need to. So what I would want to do is... Because I could build a bridge of 2 blocks in the lava there, right? Trying to figure out what is the careful, economical way to do this thing. So I think I need to do that. Hold on, let me restart the whole screen. Because actually, the more I look at it, the more I'm thinking I probably want this bridge available. So we shove this over here. Push one of these up. And then we come back. Over those, I think. Okay, now we make this happen. This one can never be retrieved in the way I would want it to be, I think. So I think, well, let's hold on. We know this is probably part of the puzzle. Okay. So now that we've done that, it might make sense to push this box down and then that lower box left to create a different bridge we can walk up here so that we can minimize having to use the other one. Okay, because now I have to push this up here. Well, and I guess like I was trying to save myself enough ability to navigate this area to also be able to bring up that other box that's on the bottom into this area. But I guess I don't need to, because I now have an infinitely traversable bridge onto this platform without spending that left box. So now we can use the left box to make murder happen. But out of curiosity, I could get this over here too, couldn't I? because I could push it up. Oh no, I wouldn't be able to follow it. That's right, because it will collapse that thing. Yeah, okay, so probably not. In any case, now that we've got a way over there that doesn't rely on this box, I can use this box for other stuff. Like destruction. So I think we want... I think I like this. Do I? How am I going to line these up? Because I need to be able to shoot at the black box, right? And the black boxes don't move when they get hit by fire. Well, I guess actually no, I'm being silly. It's this goes here. I was trying to figure out a way to use the black box to destroy that first wood block, but we can just use it to destroy the second one. That works just fine. And now I can walk over here, spend 2 shots killing the first box. Oh. The first box moving off of the lava deheats it, even though... I mean, that is kind of the rules, but also that kind of doesn't make any goddamn sense. And there's no version of this where I can push the fire elemental left. Really thought I was onto something there. I mean, I guess... Yeah, I can just ignore this, right? No, I have to push the black box through that channel. That's right. Because I can't push it upward if I get it to this space. It has to go through the space the wood block is in now. Now I'm looking back over at the right side of the puzzle and trying to figure out, like, is there a way I could have gotten one more block over here? I certainly can't... Can't move it like down and around the corner. I wonder if there is a version of the movement that doesn't depress the middle row or the middle column of tiles. I'm going to back the puzzle like up quite a lot, actually. Okay. So coming back from this, I can just use these again because they'll never be useful again. If I push this over now... No. I can't, on this initial trip, I can't prep the boxes any more than I'm prepping them now, right? Just trying to figure out, like, if I push this up now... This box has to go up first, right? Because even if I construct the other bridge right away, I wouldn't be able to access this block from it. Well, what if it's like... What if you do push this up? It's okay for that to break when I push this block across it. So you do this part, put that over there. I fall down here. Make this happen. Put that in place. I guess before doing anything, before falling, I need to... No, I guess I want to push this in here. Yeah. None of this is going to help. I'm looking at this and trying to figure out, like, what is my actual plan here? So it's like... The problem is I can't get onto that box I just set floating in the lava to move this thing after I push this thing across here. Right, I can step on this, step off. And now, like, in theory, I could push this box to the left, but I can't ever retrieve it. And I can't get back down, and I can't get to... Yeah, no, none of this... None of this is actually better than the very straightforward thing I was doing before. Maybe I don't need another one of the obsidian boxes over here. Maybe the idea that that could be a thing that happens is a total red herring. This is a little easier if I approach it from the top right. How do you do that? This is a thing where I rung a gong with an exploding box. It must have been. Wait, how did I ring that gong? How did I access that? Because I don't remember doing it. Oh, I must have rung it with the fire elemental. Right, it must have been one of these. Because it does feel like I could cheat a little bit if I could just start over here, doesn't it? Like, what if we came at the puzzle from this side with everything fresh? This saves me half a traversal. Wait, no, don't do that. And it lets me push this box down onto here right away, which then gives me a little bit of ability to traverse the area differently. Is that a useful thing to do? It might be. Maybe. Okay, so what you would do is you push this up, this to the right, come down like that, leave the middle column completely uninteracted with. That other thing is gone, but we don't need it anymore. Now we have this as an approach path. No, I don't get to push them both upward, though, right? This is the problem. I mean, like, literally I can, but I can't access them both if I do that. Trying a very slightly different approach here. I can do a lot of extra work and I don't actually get an extra box out of it, and that makes me feel bad. So I could walk up there and I can push that box upward. But I still lose that middle piece. There's no way to not lose the middle piece. All right, hold on. Then I can run up these, push this up here, come back along these things, and then we can just push this up the middle and follow it because the blocks have enough resilience. And that means nothing. What is that? How does that help me? Getting this box up here. I kind of forgot, y'all, that getting this box up here wasn't going to do anything because in my head, I was thinking that this box was going to be useful because we could push it across the box, the bridge that we make in the lava over there. But we don't make that bridge in the lava anymore. The whole thing we figured out with this strategy was that we could save this box for other things. So now I'm trying to figure out if there's any potential use for this box at all. Went through an awful lot of extra work here. I think the answer is no. I think there's nothing else I can do. I went through a bunch of extra effort to get that extra box up there, and I did it. I preserved it. But having done so, we received no benefit. We received no benefit whatsoever from that. Okay, well, then that's probably not part of the puzzle. Right, because I could push it into that row. Yeah, I don't see what it would do. Actually, you know what it does that's interesting? Right now, I can't get the box that's right next to me into the position directly above the position that it's in. It would be super helpful if we could, but right now it doesn't seem like I can, right? Because I can't push it up from here, and if I pushed it up from this space to end up here, I wouldn't be able to move it around. But what I can do is push this into the lava there, and this actually does allow me to end up with a manipulable box in that position, which means that I can do this. This actually does solve the problem, because that destroys that wood block in one push, and then we destroy that wood block in two pushes, and that gets us a star. Maybe I did have to do all that. Maybe that is in fact the solution to all that. Well, in any case, it's a solution, and I'll take it. Okay, and with that, we're damn near done. All right. Okay, this star. Yeah, you know, sometimes an incredibly roundabout solution turns out to be exactly the thing. So, I need to blow up these two pseudo Kevins. Hot false Kevins, as they are often known in the world, you know. And once again, I am wondering if we are looking at a fireball redirection puzzle potentially. I guess probably not, right? It's difficult for that to be the case here. How do we get the boxes to explode, though, reliably? Also, it feels to me like we probably want to ring that gong. Can I yeah, since the box is not moving, it will not cool down. So we can unring that. There's no way over there right now, except to move this box all the way outside the puzzle, which feels kind of bad. And then, like, clearly the thing is, we end up with an explosive box down in this corner, and we shoot that fire elemental downward past the bollard that at that point must be removed in order to get the shot that we want to explode it and thus destroy the woodblock. But I do think there is a real question as to what do we do with the rest of these? How do I make anything at all out of this situation? So we need 2 explosions. Right, like very naively, it's like put this here. And now everybody sees the problem with this, but hold on. You know, and then we... Actually, you have to rig up both of the lava spaces, don't you? Because otherwise you can't generate enough heat. I mean, this is way too many boxes spent. So I need to figure out a way to do this with 2 boxes exploding in that lava. Two boxes exploding to destroy those blocks, plus 1 more making it down to the bottom. How do I do that? Well, okay, so if I do this, then we end up with 3 boxes. Is there any kind of more economical way? Yeah, okay, actually, I guess one thing that I see right away is that I can push this just to here. Throw you in the hole. Use you as a lava bridge. And then that lets me... That lets me ring the gong, and we still have 4 boxes to use. That's something. We're getting closer. Is there a way for me to save another one? So when we enter the screen, this one's actually... Yeah, is this all the way over here? Yes. Is it more rescuable if we start on the other side? Yeah, it is. I think so. So hold on, let's come at this puzzle from this side. Because we can leave this right here for now and it becomes rescuable after we ring the gong. Right now we do this. And now I can push this thing up to here, and that, you know, puts it back in functional space. So with that many boxes saved, does this end up being the answer? Oops, don't do that. All right, 2 blocks to destroy with. No, we're still short. I'm trying to figure out if there's a more box economical destruction scheme. Because you only actually need the box to enter 3 squares. And it would be fine if they were squares that you could enter by just moving back and forth, right? But unfortunately, we can't really create that situation. Nor can we create a hot square like just attached to these other 2 hot squares, except in a place where you would have to have both of these lava spaces filled in order to be able to push it through. Yeah, and it doesn't seem like it matters much. Oh, wait. Hold on. If I use this box for this part, then I don't have to sacrifice any of the other boxes, right? This lets me spend 2 for constructing the murder area, the explosion area, 2 for explosioning, and then 1 for pushing into that corner. We go and we remove this box. Okay, that was not... These puzzles on this island are not easy. And they really are requiring you to... I think I might say that overall, I think this island is the hardest of them. The puzzles on the Wind Island are certainly something. They're not challenging, but I don't think they're as cunning as this one, where like these ones only work if you are very careful to maintain all of the pieces from all of the puzzle areas on the screen, and also they only work if you're entering the puzzle from a particular direction. And so then that means actually the last thing on this island, as far as we're aware, not even any red snakes anywhere else, is this, where there are 2 things we can see but can't quite access. Okay, so the green one is the one that's not... Let me not push into a corner just in case. We'll get it clear of the board. So the green one is the one that isn't on the island, as far as we know, and it's over there not being on the island. What I'm going to do here, I think, is I'm going to put these in the places they go, and then we are going to just put the green one in every location. We will brute force it. Okay, so first things first. It's actually kind of a pain in the ass to get it in the top row. Okay. All right, none of those work. And in the process, I accidentally checked the whole bottom row, or the whole middle row. Okay, that's all of those. All right, and then this last one's going to be just like a little bit of an annoyance. Okay, so we've now tried the green on every space that is on the grid and also not on the grid. You don't think... Where's the nearest turtle? It's all the way over here. I'm wondering if maybe the green statue is on a different landmass somewhere, and we have to like plot its position relative to this island. But I guess like I don't know how we would make sense of that, because at the scale we have here, where each space in the grid is a foot traversable map screen, how would you plot what one turtle space represents? Because like at the very least, a turtle space is a 5x5, right? So, well, the islands themselves on the world map are a little bit larger than that, right? Maybe they're 2x2s. But even so, that doesn't even divide cleanly. Then you're talking about 2.5 grid squares per map square. And I don't think there are a lot of other islands around here. So that's probably not it. Push it into the corner really hard. Is one of my flags wrong? That's definitely the purple one. The one to our left should be that guy. That's definitely that guy. The one right above us is the one that looks the most like a frog out of all of them, but like an angry frog. And sure enough, there's that angry frog. Right over there should be the sort of squinty bulldog one. And then the one that looks like a goblin is in the other spot. These are all very sensible ways of describing the figures that we're seeing here. So there's your squinty bulldog. Can't get out here. And yep, that's the goblin. Well, I gotta tell you, I'm a little frustrated by this last puzzle, and I know it's supposed to be a difficult puzzle. I was about to like walk around the island, walk around the different screens looking for the green statue, but we tried the green statue in literally every position. So if we're right about the other 5. And I think like this is the place where we must attack the logic, right? If we were right about the other 5, then we'd have gotten the puzzle by now. Because we have tried the green in every space on the island and also representing it as not being on the island. It is neither on nor off the island if the other 5 are right. And that means the other 5 are wrong. Because it can't be neither of those things. Maybe it's rotational. Like maybe I'm supposed to be viewing this setup as... Because it's a square, so it would be hard to tell, right? Maybe there's some kind of hint somewhere that I should be regarding this setup as a rotation of the map that we have. And there's nothing on this map that is suggestive. There's nothing on this screen that is suggestive of a compass, like an indication of where north would be. The only place in the whole game we've seen anything that looks like that is that one screen on the ice island that we can't get into, the one where there's one secret remaining. And then it's just a little like it's set up like a compass. That little bit in the bottom left, it doesn't even have any like letters on it or anything. And when we've seen other representations of islands like this, they have been north is north, like on the Orange Island, the Orange Gem Island. There was that setup of rocks we had to make. Maybe you get something special when you get the 12th black gem, and that's why this is so hard. What do I need 11 keys for? All right, I might try some things, try some rotations. We're also getting to the point with this where I'm like, I'm a little bit wondering if I should just look it up. Maybe there's something I'm like really fundamentally not getting. With the dragonfly puzzle, it wasn't just about the positions of the dragonflies, it was about mapping a path. There's no indication of pathing with the statues, but maybe it's like, maybe pathing matters in the sense that it's like an order kind of thing. Like maybe they have to be moved into their correct positions in a particular order or something. To look at them now, I wouldn't say that there's any like obvious indication of that, but they are all in different columns on the island, A, B, C, D, E. So maybe the idea is that red has to go where red is going first. We're going to just get green off of here. And again, green would have to be like actually first because it's literally not possible to get red where red is going if you don't. Wait. Yeah, red would have to go around the outside to get there. So actually I could have done that without moving green. But then once red's in place, it very much complicates green's move. So I don't want to move this to where it goes, but I do have to move it to get yellow in place. Then the blue one goes down here. I had to move purple up before I do that. Then the orange one goes into its spot as letter D. And then here's E. I could do it again with green at the end. It's just like a little extra annoyance, basically. So if yellow's going to get moved to here, I can move purple up to here to get it out of the way. Green kind of looks like a turtle. It's turtle-y and it's turtle colored. And I moved it through the space where the turtle is. Turtles come from the west. Yeah, I don't know. All right. I'm gonna end the episode there. I think that's gonna be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, I'm going to try a couple more things. I might actually try entering this in the rotations, or I might just look it up. And then if I do try the rotations and that doesn't work, then I'm going to look it up anyway. So I might just save myself some time and just look it up. And yeah, and then we'll figure out what this is, and then we'll move on from here. So thank you all so much for watching. Apologies about this apparently not being a totally unspoiled playthrough, but sometimes I just can't get there, and this seems to be one of those times. So come back for the destruction of the raging volcano, and then onto the many star puzzles yet to solve on the Shadow Island. And we'll see you then.